Okay, so today I'm reading a book called Will Paint the Octopus Red, written by Stephanie Stu Bodine. I think I would start my read aloud by introducing the title and the author, and then asking the kids, what do you see? What's on the cover here? We see a girl and a boy, and they're painting something. What do you think they're painting? Do you think that they're brother and sister? Do you think they're friends? Do you think that's his babysitter? Just go through all the different options and get the kids' predictions about what they see in this picture. And then I would open up the book and I would flip through the pages and let the kids see the different illustrations and then form some inferences and predictions about what they think is going to happen. And we would share those as a class. And then at the end, see who guessed it right. So I think I would also tell the kids that this is a sister and a brother. She's obviously the older sister, and the book is about her getting her new little brother, and he has a disability. He has Down syndrome. So the book's kind of talking about the different activities that they can do together due to his disability. And the book is obviously about inclusion, and it's about including him in all the things that she does and how you kind of overcome some of those obstacles. So again, it's called Will Paint the Octopus Red, written by Stephanie Stu Bodine. This morning, my dad woke me up and told me I had a new baby brother named Isaac. When my mom first told me I was getting a new brother or sister, I wasn't very happy. I've had mom and dad to myself for almost 6 years, and I'd like it to stay that way. Then I had a talk with Dad about all the things I could do with my new brother or sister. My dad said that when the baby is little, I can help change the diapers. That sounds yucky, I said. My dad said that when the baby learns to sit up, I can roll a ball to it. That sounds boring, I said. My dad said that I can read books to the baby. I don't know how to read yet, I said. My dad said that when the baby gets bigger, we can play kickball in the backyard. I bet I'll kick the ball further, I said. Then I thought of some things all by myself. When we go to Grandpa's farm, the baby can help me feed the calves with the nipple bottle. My dad said the baby could do that when it gets bigger. When we go for a ride in the minivan, we can sit in the back of the car and eat fruit snacks and stick out our tongues at cars that go by. My dad said that the fruit snacks were okay, but he didn't think we should stick our tongues out. At this point, I think I would get a lot of laughter and excitement from the kids with the sticking out of the tongue. I think they would think that was funny, so we'd probably pause for a second and let them get all that excitement out and talk about that. When we go downtown to the art festival, I can show the baby how to paint a picture with an octopus. My dad said that sounded weird, but I explained that the octopus is only rubber and you brush the paint on and then put the octopus on the paper. My dad made a face, but said that baby would probably like that when it was older. When we go to see Aunt Wendy, the baby can go on the airplanes with us. And I'll tell the baby to be really nice to Aunt Wendy because she gives great presents. My dad said the baby would definitely go on the plane with us, but I should be nice to everyone, even if they don't give me presents. I think I would pause here as well and kind of get a quick recap of the characters and do a little bit of a character analysis with the students and ask what kind of person they think that the big sister is. She kind of seems stubborn and a little bit spoiled, you could say, but I would like to see what the kids inferenced from the reading. And someday, when we're both older, we'll go to Africa on a safari and see elephants and rhinos. My dad said that we could go, but only if we took him along. By the time we were done talking, we thought of at least 1,000,000 things my new brother or sister could do with me, and I was ready to be a big sister. But this morning, my dad's eyes were red when he woke me up. He said, "Emma, there's something you need to know about the baby." Then he said that Isaac had been born with something called Down syndrome. I guessed I knew what that meant. "Isaac won't be able to play kickball with me." My dad said that Isaac might not walk as soon as the other kids, but he could probably learn to kick the ball when he's older. I meant to stop at this page before we got to the when he was born. I think at this time I would stop the kids and ask if any of them had younger brothers or sisters or older brothers and sisters, and ask how they liked it. They liked being big brothers and sisters or little brothers and sisters, and if they've done some of the same activities that she has in mind to do with the little brother, Isaac, and maybe any more ideas that they have of things they could do together. So we already read this page. I'll show you the pictures. Isaac won't be able to feed the calves with a nipple bottle. My dad said that Isaac might need some help, but he'd be able to do that too. He won't be able to ride in the back of the minivan and eat fruit snacks and stick out his tongue at cars. My dad smiled and said that he figured Isaac would be very good at both things. Then he won't be able to paint the octopus. My dad said that he was positive Isaac could do it if I showed him. Will we take him along to Aunt Wendy's? My dad said we wouldn't go without Isaac. I knew the bad news was coming. He won't be able to go with the safari in Africa, will he? My dad said that he couldn't think of a reason why Isaac couldn't go. By the time we were done talking, we couldn't find out one of those million things that Isaac wouldn't be able to do with me. If Isaac has this down thing, then what can't he do? My dad hugged me. He said that as long as we were patient with Isaac and helped him when he needed it, there was probably nothing he couldn't do. We went to the hospital and my mom was holding Isaac. I held his little hand. "Hi, Isaac. I'm your big sister, Emma." He smelled like baby powder when I leaned close to whisper in his ear. "I'll show you how to paint the octopus, Isaac, and I think we'll paint it red." The end. So at the end of the book, I would ask students how they liked it, what did they think, did they have any questions, and the great thing about this book is at the end, a lot of the kids probably won't know what Down syndrome is, and at the end of this book, there's questions that students might have, questions and answers about Down syndrome. So questions like, what is Down syndrome, and why do people have it? And the book thinks that a lot of kids would think that it was like the flu and that you could catch it, so it talks about that. So I think those are great references. I think I would also ask the students, talk to the students about inclusion and say, so we all probably know somebody with a disability, and you might not even know they have a disability, and it's very important that we include them in everything that we do, because they can do anything that we can do. Just sometimes you have to be a little bit more patient with them, and they might need some extra help. So I think it's a great lesson for kids, and I think it's a fun book. It gets kids engaged, and I think a lot of the students can relate to the book and the activities that they do together. And it also gives great ideas for what we could do in our class. With the octopus thing, I think that would be a great activity to do in class after the read aloud, and I think students would really enjoy that.